All right. Hey.
Hey.
So we were listening to it, and for some reason it sounded like it was like layered over itself, and I guess it's just
things you
how we did it.
Notice when you're a music nerd. No, I guarantee you no one else heard that one bit. And I'm like,
me too, though.
I gotta fix that intro. I can hear it layered. It doesn't sound right now, but the blast beats are rad. I figured we should just do that intro, seeing how we're talking about wrestling tonight. Wrestling.
So guys, yeah, we've been trying to book this for a little while. We wanted to find the most opportune time to do it, and we figured, why not after the Royal Rumble? And then we realized that there was going to be more aftermath.
Oh, especially
Raw. And
glad we waited, because last night's SmackDown, the very end, was really cool. I'm not happy. Look, I'm not happy with how things are playing out, because the WWE can't help.
That's my sister.
Horny ass Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And they can't help that, CM Punk legitimately got injured, and it wasn't his fault this time.
He made me cry.
It made me cry, because I was so looking forward to seeing CM Punk in a full-on match finally at WrestleMania, main eventing it. That would have been rad to see.
The funny part, that's not even what made me cry.
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead. I'll explain why he made me cry in a little bit.
But it had to be this way, but it's going to be cool. Rhodes is finally going to at least get a heavyweight title out of it. He's not going to get the actual title that he needs.
But he still said he's coming for it.
Yeah. There's no way.
Huh?
He's still coming for Roman Reigns.
He said he's still coming for that title.
Well, one of the things with it is,
I thought he said that he was coming for him.
Yeah.
One of the things with how they're doing things is he's guaranteed. We already know who's going to win in Seth Rollins versus Rhodes. It's Rhodes, because Seth Rollins is hurt and he's got to take time off. If they think he said it for about 4 months. My honest prediction is the way they're setting things up for Roman Reigns, he's not going to get the longest reign. He's not. What they're going to do is he's going to start bragging about it, and then Seth Rollins is going to come back. They're probably going to drop the title to him or CM Punk, because there's going to be a feud between him and Punk. There's supposed to be a feud right now between Rhodes and CM Punk.
I was liking that setup too.
It was going to be great. Oh my god,
babyface versus babyface.
Well, Rhodes is the babyface and CM Punk is the anti-hero. That's how they were going to set that up. And CM Punk is, I don't know. I've always had a love-hate relationship with that guy, but right now I'm loving the fact that he's back in the WWE, and I'm loving what he's doing.
Okay, it's the first time I have seen CM Punk wrestle and seen him. I've never even seen him before now.
I went ballistic when you would even ask Kara.
Oh my God.
I went freaking ballistic when CM Punk returned.
He yelled on top of his lungs.
I was like, oh my God, he's back.
Well, they did it properly. They built it up in a way where it was like, it was rumored.
Isn't he?
It was rumored. And then the WWE with Triple H and everybody did a great job hyping up the rumors, because everyone knew it was coming. Everyone knew he wasn't going to last long in AEW. There's a reason why Cody Rhodes left, his own baby. There's a reason why, and it's honestly, in my opinion, it's Tony Khan. He just gets in the way. He
gets in his own way.
He's the new Vince Russo to me. That's literally how he is. He's killing his own brand.
He gets in his own way.
Have you not seen his tweets, the stuff he says, the things he was saying about?
Not CM Punk.
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan, the AEW.
So
that's who you meant. Okay.
Cody Rhodes and AEW started because Cody Rhodes and I forgot the event, what it was called. It's the name of one of their main pay-per-views.
I can't think of it right now.
They did
Rampage.
No, not Rampage. It's something else. It's basically all the wrestlers gathered together, and it was Cody Rhodes, Tony Khan, and someone else put it on. And they got everyone together, and then they literally sold out, and they're completely, utterly independent. It was just basically done by a Kickstarter. They sold out of I think where was it in Hollywood? It was in Los Angeles, and that's how AEW got started.
Staples Center?
No, it was a small venue.
Was it Double or Nothing?
No, maybe
could have been.
I think Double or Nothing's more of a Ring of Honor thing, which AEW is all in with them. But so Rhodes left for a reason. CM Punk was all there, and it was the same crap, yeah, CM Punk has a lot of history of drama. He does, but I'm not a fan of AEW at all.
Well, with CM Punk coming back, it was really like weird for me because his original thing.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
He made me nuts. I hated it, and I didn't like how he spoke to people. And to be fair, it was his character, and he did a good job. Because if he made me not like him when he was supposed to make people not like him, he did his job.
He literally made it sound like that he was a rude motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh no, he
was horrible.
CM Punk legit can be a bastard backstage.
Yeah.
He has gotten in the politics of things. He really can do that. But legitimately, CM Punk is actually a nice guy.
But
sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that his story is just beginning. That's what I think.
He's already 20 years in.
Almost ending.
Well, okay, so his original intro, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and because of this, I'm better than you.
Yeah, he was playing a good heel. He's a great heel with that.
He always has the X's because he is straight edge. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. And you know what? I really like that he gave people who were straight edge somebody to cheer for when like wrestling in general is inundated with, you watch this, you drink, you get rowdy. And he gave people the opportunity to be like, I don't really drink, but I want to get rowdy still to like someone. And when he came back now, I'm liking him.
No, but WWE did a great job like hyping up his return and then basically saying it was all rumors. And people believed it because I believed it. I was like, oh, yeah, he's not coming back. He hates the WWE there. Him and Triple H legitimately fired him on his wedding day. So I was like, so him coming back was not going to happen. And then all of a sudden it was Randy Orton coming back. And then at the very end in Chicago, was like, they did a good job keeping it under wraps. I mean, and just making it sound like hearsay. They did a great job with it.
What were you going to say?
I said, and then here comes CM Punk at the very end. But I think the true return of CM Punk was when he went on the WWE talk show and he went to return there. That's when I thought he was going to return.
Are you talking about the Fox? The Fox. Well, he was that wasn't a return. That was him saying, "Screw you guys, I can still do this," because he was actually employed by Fox News, and Fox News, that was a show on Fox News. So he legitimately, it was his job to be there. That's why he was on it. It had nothing to do, I mean, it had to do with him saying, screw you, I can be here on your network right now, and there isn't a damn thing you can do about it.
Right. I love it though.
But that was like, man, that must have been about 8 years ago. I think that was right after he had high emotions and everything going on there.
So, for the record, how he made me cry. So he came out and he was talking, and he's in a sling, and he's like he's talking to Drew McIntyre, and he said, I don't care that this is hurt. My heart hurts more than my arm does right now. But you know what? I'm going to go rehab. I'm going to take care of all this, and I'm coming back. You better know that I am
for you, is what he said.
Yeah, he said, I'm coming back for you. But then he was in the ring by himself, and he said, this is nothing compared to, and he said the guy's name, I think it was like Charles was the guy's name. He said he has cancer. He has a wife and 2 kids, and I go with him and sit there with him during every chemo round. He's the one who's fighting, and he's the one who needs to make it.
I'm sorry, I do not like Drew McIntyre's character right now.
I still love him.
Oh, it's great.
Hey, Slippy!
My favorite.
Slippy!
I am here to say fuck Chucky. Yes.
Yes.
My favorites in the WWE are the actual real heels. And I
love
don't
Roman still, but
I like Roman as a heel, but I don't know what they're doing with keeping that title on him. But then again, they've now devalued that title. And that's where I was actually getting. I think Rhodes is going to go on to get that. It's going to probably drop back to Seth Rollins or CM Punk. It'll more likely be dropped to CM Punk, then they'll go over, and that's where Cody Rhodes is going to get that title and actually put it back to on its pedestal where it needs to be. Because I'm actually starting to see what Triple H is doing with this, because he likes the long stories, and it started off with Roman Reigns being this awesome anti-hero, and being able to take out everyone, but now power's going to his head, and all he's doing is trying to retain it. So, and then it's going to take someone who, and they're already setting it up for WrestleMania 41 with whatever thing is going on right here.
I'm looking.
To tell you the truth, I literally, like, our predictions were that Solo was going to grab the title.
Yeah.
That's what our predictions was.
I still think Solo's gonna
and become the tribal chief.
I still think Solo is going to turn on Roman at Elimination Chamber because of all the Rock stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's had enough of everything, but he's still trying to do everything right for his tribal chief and wanting to satisfy him and make him feel happy. But deep down, I think he's had enough.
You can the faces that they have him, or that he's making right now, every time he's told to do something, is just like, it's gone from him being stoic like normal to him being pissed.
Yes.
So,
yes.
How my prediction? Yeah, I think Rock will beat Roman.
I hope so.
Till agrees with that one too. So our predictions before everything. So before the Rumble itself, Kara, you had Becky Lynch in the Rumble. You had Logan Paul retaining. You had Roman Reigns retaining. And what am I missing?
Cody Rhodes winning.
Oh, you had Cody Rhodes for the men's Rumble.
I did.
And then for William, you had Bianca Belair for the women's Rumble. Logan retaining. Who did you have for the Rumble?
I had CM Punk.
Punk. Okay, and then you had Roman retaining as well. Yeah. I had called Becky Lynch winning for the women's, CM Punk for the men's, Roman retaining, and Kevin Owens winning. And so what were yours? What were yours? So for the women's, what did you think? What were you originally thinking was going to win? Who was going to win?
I had no idea.
For the men's, you thought CM Punk?
No, I didn't think CM Punk. I thought they were going to do a draw again and send them both on their way. Which is very feasible with how things were going to. But it's hard to do that to get that Batista Cena win like they did.
Yeah,
because that legitimately was an accident. But it worked. It would have worked perfectly for CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, because they could have literally just went off and both headlined. Whatever. But what are we for?
So what? It was the women's Rumble. Who did you think was going to win?
I thought they were just going to give it to Nia Jax.
Okay.
I thought because they her popularity is going up right now. She's selling more merchandise, and a lot of times they want. I thought they're going to try to set up a feud between her and Rhea Ripley.
They are still.
No, they are, and I keep forgetting that they've split the belts. Finally, they don't have the universal belts anymore. They have the universal belt, but they have the heavyweight title, men's heavyweight. They have the women's heavyweight title, and then they have the SmackDown title. Sorry. But it's, or whatever they're calling it. But yeah, I had no idea which way it was going to go, because the women's division, the one thing that the women divisions for me lacks is them giving them more depth. They're
starting to.
They are and they're not. And because they're lacking that depth in the writing, they're taken away from the matches are too slow pace. They're and I'm saying they should actually, they need to
really
get more
slow.
It's like
you don't have anything resting on these people, because
you have no
you're not invested.
You're not invested in them at all. And the men's division, what they do with that is they, even with their jobbers, which people like Austin Theory would be a jobber. The ones that go out every week and they get beat up and they take falls or whatnot. With the men's side, even with the jobbers, they still put more substance into their story, and it's like,
there's
if
still
you-
a storyline between
Yeah.
Theory and
there's still things going on with them, and it keeps people invested into what's going on with there. And I actually think on the women's side they need to start doing that, which is for me it's actually really rad when you have a match like the Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble, because I just went in watching, going, okay, I know Becky Lynch is going to get it. She's one of my favorites. I didn't think Jade Cargill was going to debut there, but she did, which was
cool.
rad.
Naomi.
But you have more
Oh my
surprises.
god, Naomi.
You have more
I was
surprises,
surprised.
but you don't have as much. You don't have much investment into the match.
Who did you think originally was going to win between Logan Paul and Kevin Owens?
Oh, I had no idea. I love that match. That
was a good match.
Logan Paul is one of my favorite wrestlers. Honestly, I thought it's so cool that he just came in out of nowhere and is able to do this. Logan Paul is absolutely rad. I love his podcast. I like him. Yeah. I used to think it was a douchey YouTuber until all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, he could stand. He went toe to toe with Mayweather. He did not get knocked out. He didn't win, but he went all. He did it.
Did you hear
it all out?
Did you hear what he said after?
What
about Kevin Owens? He said he goes, Kevin Owens was a harder fight for me than Mayweather.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens threw blood. He almost actually knocked me out. And
Logan Paul is awesome, and they matched him up with Kevin Owens to have a good because they have great chemistry. This is great
for Kevin Owens right now because he should have won that match. I gotta sneeze.
Yes. Oh, absolutely not. He shouldn't have won that match. He did a great job. That was great how he did it, and it keeps this storyline going on, and it's bringing more hype to the U.S. title when they're making it worth more by putting on Logan Paul. It's the same thing like I was saying what they're doing with Roman Reigns. They're devaluing that title, but the minute Cody Rhodes gets it, the minute he drops that title, it's going to be huge. It's going to be all over. It's going to be all over the news.
Go away, princess. We're on a video chat right now. Excuse me.
It's going to be all over the news. It's going to be everywhere. And the minute someone, an actual baby face, gets that title, it's going to elevate it to where it needs to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and then the other one was, what did you think for the Fatal Four?
I will be right back, you guys. My
No
sister with me.
What did you think was going to be for the Fatal Four? Like, did you think that Roman was going to retain? Because
no, I legit thought Roman Reigns they were going to drop because the way things are going now. Everyone wants The Rock to win, but and I love being in the story, but I also like the actual background.
Mm-hmm.
The actual stuff that's going on in the background. I like seeing how the politics, even though the wrestling politics is love-hate for me, but I like seeing it. I love watching it. The Rock isn't going to be wrestling that much. He actually will be wrestling less than Roman Reigns. He's on the board and all this other stuff now. But so they're not going to drop that title to him. So I legit thought they were going to drop the title to Randy Orton. They're going to have a feud between Orton and Rhodes. He wasn't going to be able to beat Reigns, but
he was going
to get the title, and then that would have set up a whole new feud between the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes, and possibly even Cody Rhodes bringing back a faction from the past that maybe his dad was a part of or something like that.
Yeah,
and actually having going back to the old days of the Attitude Era when you had like. That no one held a title too long back then because there were so many over the top talent there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You look at it right now, they have that same scenario brewing, and the one thing that's where Triple H came from was that era, and he's been talking about that, bringing that back, and it's getting to that point again.
So.
What does Prometheus say right there?
I'm actually going up to Kisa, and then I'm going to go all the way down here. So Kisa said, I miss the times when The Rock made fun of Big Show.
Oh, yeah.
I read that. You saw me laughing.
You saw me laughing too, because I was watching WWE right as Rock was making fun of Big Show. I was laughing my ass off.
And then she also says Becky's the man. She is.
Yes.
She is the man.
You do know that she came out with a book.
Yes. She was writing it while on the road.
As much as I like Becky Lynch, as much as she's so cool, the man should have went over to Charlotte Flair because Ric Flair was the man.
Yeah, but she's the queen.
Did you guys see on I don't know if it was Raw or SmackDown, but did you guys see that Seth Rollins brought his daughter to work?
Yeah.
I saw that. I thought that was amazing.
Because they're both in wrestling and they both travel, their daughter goes with them everywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I saw him bring her in. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
And so here's Prometheus. If you smell what Prometheus is cooking.
Yeah. So what is there right here? Cody did not want to get
Yeah, he didn't.
I honestly think because The Rock was whispering in his ear, Cody didn't want to do it, but he knew it was good for the business.
Yeah.
And Cody, I think honestly that was legitimate. I believe Triple H, I believe they all actually said this is your decision right now.
And he probably chose.
And he chose to do that because Seth has to go out. CM Punk is out. He chose to go after Seth Rollins because they legitimately have to. Look, the first night is going to be Cody Rhodes. It's going to be Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. We already know how it's going to go. It's Rhodes is getting that title.
Big Slow.
He is.
Big Slow. I remember that.
The Big Slow.
The second night, we already know how it's going to go too, but it's going to be fun to watch Roman Reigns and The Rock.
So how it turned out versus what we thought was going to happen was someone we didn't even expect came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And now we have Bailey.
Fuck Bailey.
I'm actually okay with this because the storyline that they're leading into, which we'll totally get into because we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
I kind of like where that's going.
Her storyline is like a personal line, like that. They did it with the Batista and the Four Horsemen when they came back, and which was it was Ric Flair, Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista. Who was the fourth one? Oh, I think it was no, it wasn't Ted DiBiase.
Right now.
But
there we go.
Everyone's gone through that. Everyone has gone through that where they've had friends who've done stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Oh, I'm gonna get into that in a second. So remind me to get back to Bailey because I wanted to talk about how she turns around and looks at them and says in Japanese, basically, "I know everything that you've been saying."
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you see Io's face right when she said it in Japanese? She's like, "Yeah, that's Japanese."
And so, you guys both had Paul Logan. He had Paul Logan.
Paul.
I know I'm being dyslexic. Logan Paul. I was reading it on my notes here.
It's like me with that one serial killer, the toy box killer. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
David Ray Parker, but it's David Parker Ray or something like that.
Yeah,
I always think of
switching it.
That show Parker Lewis Can't Lose as a serial killer because of it.
Hey,
Calvin, what's up?
Hey.
Man? So, I didn't say hi to Kisa and them too. Hi, Kisa.
Everybody.
Oh, hey, Prometheus.
And Dizzy's here.
And Dizzy.
So everybody was, except for me, apparently, out of the four of us, wanted Logan Paul to win, and I wanted Kevin Owens to win, but you guys all won.
Oh, I didn't want Logan Paul to win. I just think it's great.
Or you guys called it, not necessarily wanted, but called it.
I had no idea.
I literally called it. I was like,
I thought I literally didn't see that coming with him having I was like, they've done that in so many times where the ref just counted and the good guy literally kept the brass knuckles on his hands.
I was just gonna say, can someone please explain the brass knuckles to me? Like, what is up?
Okay, so they were actually thrown in for Logan Paul, and then Kevin Owens saw it and grabbed him, and he was going for it, but he got caught because they were right there on his knuckles.
In his hand, yeah.
In his hand. And so, of course, even though he won, he was disqualified.
And this technically does set it up. He doesn't have to do another title shot, which keeps so much storyline going because Kevin Owens was disqualified in a very bad manner. So he doesn't have to do the title shot again.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to give another shot, which is really great. But it's a means of them. It's something I've never seen. I'm pretty sure they've done it before, but they've always done this when they want to have the heel win but also not have the babyface lose his momentum. And Kevin Owen has a lot of momentum right now. I was like, okay, cool. And they're gonna do the. Then I saw him knock him out with the brass knuckles. I was like, all right, they're gonna do the finish where the babyface knocks him out, and no one's and he gets the win because he outsmarted the heel. But nope,
No,
it was great.
And then
It was great.
You called for basically a tie between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. I said CM Punk. Kara said Cody Rhodes, and William said CM Punk. So Cody Rhodes won, but I think that was all by default. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I think because CM Punk legitimately got hurt.
Well, no, I don't think. I think they already had him winning the Royal Rumble. It wasn't until directly after the Rumble when they actually examined his arm and was like, okay, you can't wrestle for the next 4 months. And if you have surgery, it's going to probably be the next 6 to 8 months. Because he literally had the exact same injury that Cody Rhodes got.
Just a little bit further down because he has the tricep.
He ripped the muscle on his arm. Cody Rhodes ripped the pectoral muscle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why Cody Rhodes was able to wrestle one more time at the because
that bruise, man.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm cringing over here just thinking about it.
We were watching and we were like, that's not fake. That's not fucking fake. This guy is rad. This guy,
yeah.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, go for it.
Seth Rollins said Cody Rhodes did not actually tear his muscle.
No, it was during workout.
It was during a workout.
Yeah, it was during a workout.
He went to Seth Rollins and he told him he's all I think he's all, are you comfortable wrestling with me right now because I'm injured? And I think that's when because they keep saying they're not friends, but I think him and Seth Rollins get along really, really well. But they keep insisting they're not friends because they keep that rivalry up. But it was Seth Rollins who he's like, I am able to wrestle with you because Seth Rollins is a good wrestler. He can wrestle. When you're a heel, the one thing you guys have to understand when you come up as a heel, you guys like actually you learn to be safe because you have to take a lot of bumps. And Seth Rollins knows how to be safe. Cody Rhodes was a heel. He knows how to be safe. Roman Reigns is one of the safest wrestlers out there. One of the absolutely safest wrestlers.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes was heel with Stardust.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to talk about Stardust anymore.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about Stardust until you watch him wrestle. Like, this is rad. He's good.
Just the fact that he can make all of it, he's all.
Oh my God, that makes me think of the "you can't see me" thing.
So we talked about Roman Reigns winning the Fatal 4, and that was the only one I got right, really. Out of all of them.
Honestly, too, the way they knew it was one of the first times where his match wasn't it wasn't a headlining event, and I think they knew everyone was going to be focusing on CM Punk and the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Well,
they knew that, and they were like, no, we're gonna. And it was the Fatal 4-Way to me was too short.
It was
short, and it was kind of boring.
Yeah,
I love Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, but I
don't like AJ Styles.
It didn't.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but William and I did. The ladies took longer on coming in than the guys did. We literally got to the middle, number 15, quicker than the ladies did. I literally noticed that. Just like
it's 90 seconds.
Being thrown out though. Like I
think if the way they were doing the events, the ladies were getting in there and getting right to the match is what they were doing. If the men though, they had a lot of big headliners in there. So you had Cody Rhodes didn't get out there and get to wrestle right away. He had to do his intro, and then same thing with CM Punk and whatnot. But they legit were stacking people. If you took too long in your intro, then you didn't get to do any of your moves and be a badass for a second. Someone pushed another person in. The girls just got right to it.
And I'm bringing back Disney's comment. I hope The Rock wipes the floor with Roman.
Yes. Somebody please take the title off of Roman.
Again, I love Roman Reigns, but this is boring now.
Is it okay if I mention something?
Go for it.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but what was his name? The one that came out in ladies Royal Rumble. R-Truth, yes. He literally thought, he's like, where's the guys at? And then they're like, no, you have to get out of here. This is the ladies Rumble.
I love R-Truth. I think he's just freaking awesome, and I love the storyline that they're going with him. And
he's so silly.
And then I've kind of felt bad watching in SmackDown when Damian Priest was like, I like you, man. So like,
oh, you mean on Raw?
Oh, Raw. Sorry. It was on Raw. He's like, I like you, man, but you're not part of us.
Exactly.
And then
so Dom, go for it. And then it wasn't even Dom that freaking got him.
It was freaking JD.
Yeah, because he was after his ass the whole time. So, I guess going back to the storyline with Bailey, but I guess we should go to commercial real fast. And then we'll go back to Bailey. Where's my commercial? Okay, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, talking about Bailey again. We were talking about it backstage beforehand. Yep. Everyone, you weren't the only one who said you were not going to like how this ended. Hey, Rob.
Yes.
And it's funny when it happened. I was like, wait, no, I'm totally okay with this because
I messaged you because I knew you guys were behind. I was like, yeah, they're not going to like who turned out. Because
I loved it.
Yeah, it was funny because
I don't know what he's talking about.
You're not the only one that messaged me that though, because I was talking to a few people who were watching.
A lot of people were rooting for Nia Jax or Becky Lynch. No one saw it coming with Bailey. But it's
time.
Triple H and all of them made a good point. They're like, she's done her due. And this is the thing with Cody Rhodes, people understand. He's doing everything he has to do. And then when you do it, and one thing Triple H probably proved to him that he's not Vince McMahon, if you do all this other stuff, you're finally going to get what you want. And that's exactly what happened to Bailey. She's been passed up so many times because someone else's merchandise was selling more at the time, so they had to drop the title from her to them. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. And now it's finally her time to main event WrestleMania. Doesn't mean she's going to win, but it means the main event in WrestleMania is huge. Huge.
Hey, Nadine.
Nadine.
So, we had been talking about it earlier that they were gonna turn her baby face, and then on SmackDown, it freaking happened. We see her come out wearing all white, and you can see her booty in the underwear. You can see her she was wearing black underwear underneath a white outfit.
I like me some Bailey. I'm not gonna lie. Her and her.
And she looked good. She looked really good. And
she every time I see her, I'm like, babe, I don't know what it is. It's like she's like, what did I say when I was stoned? I was like, she's like a super hot Saint Bernard. This is fucking rad. I was like, she is so fucking hot. I was like, I love Saint Bernards. I was like,
I was just sitting there like, Okay.
Yeah, watch now. I'm gonna meet her, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, you're that dude who said I was a super hot Saint Bernard." I was like, I meant it in a good way.
But we had said that in order for her to become a baby face, she's gonna have to turn on her crew.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I thought, and Kara will vouch for me, I thought it was going to happen at the Royal Rumble.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah, you mean like in the ring, like they'd start fighting each other?
it did.
Yeah.
It did happen at the Royal Rumble. It started with. I mean, they technically they just basically Ahsoka and oh, what's her face? I can't think of the other one.
Asuka, Io Star.
Oh, Asuka. I keep saying
Or Io
Ahsoka.
Sky. I said Star.
Yes,
Sorry.
They
Sky.
didn't put up a fight, and if you watched it, she noticed it, and then they basically just got knocked out, and she's like, "What was? I think she said, what about the plan or something like that?"
Yeah.
And then with her winning the Rumble, that means she gets to go after Io Sky if she wanted to.
She
So
basically
that literally sets up the split right there. That right there was everything starting with their breakup.
well, her storyline too, it's completely relatable. She's like, we have done everything together. We've been on the road together. We've talked with each other. We've shared secrets with each other.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and she says something in Japanese, which I can only assume is, I understood everything or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And they were all shocked because they thought that they were talking shit in a language she couldn't understand. So, so it's a great way to completely turn this around and make it
High school.
yeah, well, high school.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But everybody has experienced it. We all have these people that we thought were friends, and the reality is they were talking shit behind our backs the whole time.
Yep.
And so this is a relatable storyline. And let's face it, especially for females, like females, we tend to go through friends pretty fast, especially at a younger age, because I like this person, they're talking shit. I like this person, they're talking shit. And it's like a rapid cycle of bullshit in high school. And so
Don't remind me of my high school.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was bullied.
Kisa says very true.
I wasn't bullied.
Very, very.
I'm just kidding.
I was not the bully. Rob says the Rock and Roman Reigns for the title. Yeah.
Yep.
I was not the bully. I don't know if every high school has this, but I think they do. The group of people who didn't fit in with any other groups that were clicking, so they all just started hanging out in one area, and then they became their own group.
Yeah.
That was my group of friends. Like, I could say hi to almost anybody and hold a conversation with a lot of people, but my group of friends were the total misfits that didn't have any other groups to go to. And we all just seemed to gravitate to this one area. And a lot of them were bullied. I wasn't surprisingly bullied as much in high school as I was prior to high school. So Kisa says I was bullied too. I think we've all had to deal with that. And then dealing with it in adult life too sucks. Because it still happens, and you're sitting there looking at them like, we're not in school anymore. Calm the fuck down.
And get like your adult pants on.
Exactly. Pull up your big girl panties and just let's do this.
Let it go.
Yep.
She hung out with the headbangers.
Do you think when Bailey comes back as a babyface, do you think they're gonna have the Bailey buddies come back?
The Bailey.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you.
I think they're gonna have her be.
Oh, the blow. Okay.
I think they're just gonna have her be solo. Is what's gonna happen.
Maybe, especially because she's doing the whole like, I don't want to be.
They're gonna have
click
her,
thing.
They want that same style of champion that they have with Rhea Ripley on Raw, where Rhea Ripley does have her faction with the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day does not get involved in the women's stuff at all. It's always the other way around. Rhea Ripley gets involved with them. But so they're probably from what they were saying, they're gonna have her more than likely just be by herself, and it's just gonna be a big old feud between her and Damage Control.
I had a question and then it totally left as soon as it came.
Well, I got something. So I was thinking that what if Bailey can go after Io's title?
I think that's exactly what I think she's doing.
Yeah.
She called her out. She said, you know, you, me.
I'm gonna come after your title, bitch.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Oh no, that's it. That literally was them. The match is already set. They even said it. It's already done. It's Io Sky versus Bailey for WrestleMania.
Yeah, because remember the
matches are already set. It's Rock, Roman Reigns, and it's Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. All of it's already ready to go. They fixed everything from because they had to. Lesnar is the crazy thing with Rock Lesnar. He is not even going to be able to fight in the UFC anymore now. None of it.
Let's talk about that shit.
And they've already because they literally had to make rewrites at the last moment. People literally thought that The Rock was going to get that match over Cody Rhodes prior to CM Punk getting hurt, but CM Punk getting hurt was the catalyst because they were going to drop the title from Seth Rollins to CM Punk, and then Roman Reigns was going to lose his title to Rhodes. But all that got messed up with the Vince McMahon stuff and then CM Punk getting hurt.
Yep.
I'm glad. His little one is 2 weeks old, by the way.
Yay!
But our voices are calming him down right now. So that is good.
That is really good.
Because he's being fussy. He is a handsome little one. He's adorable. Oh, let's talk about my favorite wrestler that finally got into the Rumble and got knocked out in 3 seconds flat.
Which one?
Valhalla.
I didn't even pay attention.
I can't believe.
No.
That was when, what was his name again? I keep on forgetting. R-Truth. He came out.
I do remember. I was like,
it kind of messed up the whole thing with her.
Yes, I know. She was ready to beat his ass.
Yeah.
Her momentum was coming up, and because of that, they took her momentum away from her.
Yeah.
They should have let her they should have did that to someone else. Someone who didn't have as much. She's so cool to watch wrestle. She is so rad, and it's like
she's awesome.
I don't know. Sometimes WWE messes up with that stuff.
She's amazing.
Well, nobody even remembers her as her old character, and it actually took Latricia reminding me. Do you remember her as Sarah? And I was like, Sarah. And I looked her up, and I was like, holy shit, I remember her, but I don't remember very much about her. And now she's Valhalla, and I love her, and I really am upset that she was in for all of 3 seconds and then just bounced.
And then out she goes.
Out she goes.
Who threw her out? Was it Nia?
I can't remember. It might have been when Nia was on her rampage, and just like
or her squashing.
Yeah. I can't remember who threw her out. I just remember she was in, she was out, and that was it. And then she was on the ground, like slamming her hands on the ground for a while.
Okay, this just popped in my head. I still can't believe, I'm not trying to sound racist or anything, but this black lady threw Nia out. Like, she literally picked
Naomi or Jade?
Yeah, her, yes. Yes.
Oh, Jade is freaking big.
Oh my God, she literally picked her up and just blinked.
Jade is built, absolutely built. She is amazing. Who was it that we were thinking would be a cool match? Jade and Naomi, or Jade and Bianca Belair?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I was thinking,
I can't think right now.
I was thinking either.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking we were thinking like Jade and Bianca Belair or Jade and Naomi together, like going that. Because they are so built. They're so absolutely built and awesome. And I was impressed. Who? Okay.
The longest she stayed in. Woo.
One of the girls that came up from NXT. I can't think of her name. She's blonde. And she was like super just built. And like, I saw her and I was like, I don't think I'd even try to mouth off to her at all. Like, Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
She's the kind of person, don't call me ma'am, or you're gonna get punched. That's what she looks like. Oh, you froze. There you
I'm
are.
here. I'm here. I saw myself freeze on the other end too. I saw a message, a thing from Kisa. Yeah, if you want long matches, New Japan. Man, these people coming over from the New Japan wrestling are just amazing. And Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh boy. Oh.
I love Shinsuke Nakamura. And do you guys remember him talking shit around Christmas time to Cody?
Yes. Yeah.
No, sorry.
So he started reading this thing, and he's doing this the whole time, and like getting this like snake motion almost, and he was doing that. It was the nightmare before Christmas, and all through the house, and he does this whole entire thing, and he basically calls Cody inbred, and just says all this like he's a total heel, so says all this horrible shit. And then Cody comes barreling through and takes him out.
Oh my goodness.
I remember that.
I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, I'm hoping to see, I want to see Jade Cargill a lot more. Because she's amazing. I can't stand Bianca Belair's entrance, but she's amazing too. As much as I cannot stand her entrance, I hate it so much. And then the one time
she twirls her hair.
You know what though? Again, it gets people hyped up, and it might not be my cup of tea, but it's somebody's cup of tea because obviously she sells a lot of stuff.
And actually, when I went to Monday Night Raw in Nashville,
Takashi,
she entered. I don't remember what match she was in, but as soon as the entrance and she started coming out, everyone was saying "Welcome home."
Yeah, well,
like chanting.
It was her. Wait, where is she from?
Knoxville.
Well, there you go. That would see. I think she's a fantastic wrestler. Absolutely fantastic. She'd kick my ass any day. But that intro drives me absolutely insane. And I guess if we want to talk about intros too.
Which intro drives you insane?
Bianca Belair. She's a fantastic wrestler, but her intro with the like
braiding. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you see when she'd had two braids coming down one time and she was using them both? I was like, stop.
I'm sorry.
I did not like that at all.
I didn't like it.
I did laugh that somebody got a chunk of her hair in the Royal Rumble.
I like Bianca Belair as a wrestler, and I just want to see them try a different gimmick with her.
Well, like I was saying a second ago was I guess there's always going to be somebody who likes that type of stuff. Like it's not my cup of tea because
I love watching Bianca Belair's matches.
Yes.
She is athletic, she is super intelligent, super rad. I know this is probably her gimmick and everything that's going on with it, but I would love to see a heel change for her and just completely change everything and try something different.
I want to see her in all black.
I honestly, she would be a good heel. She'd be a bitch, and it'd be fucking rad to see.
I feel like they could easily switch her over to a heel because she's already diva.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be awesome. I think she would actually have a better heel run than as a baby face, and
quoting her being in the black one, I think she would be badass. In
what?
What Aka said. You look
in all black. Having her in
I think she would look badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think she's one of those girls who really likes Barbie and probably totally went for the pink.
But color works on her. Like
Well, her skin tone's beautiful, and
Yeah, oh, she's
it
gorgeous.
totally just like
Could
goes
you-
against her skin tone beautifully.
Yeah, like she. This is why I was like, I think she could actually do great as a heel,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't think wearing all black would. For me, I don't think. I mean,
I just thought she'd look hot.
If it works, it works. If she tries it, if it happens, and she comes out in all black, I think black and gold would be good with her.
Ooh, or keep some of her colors, like do like black with neon pink with it, or black with like a neon, well, not neon green because there's too many neon greens.
Well,
right
there's
now.
only one faction that has black and neon pink, and a lot of people don't use it unless they're part of the Hart Foundation and
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
actually
even think
part
about
of
that shit.
part of the Hart family. That's why Natalia has that. She
Yeah.
is literally Jim Neidhart's daughter.
That
and
braid whipping is annoying.
Yes.
No one is better than Bret Hart. No one.
No, hey, there's no arguments from me. But my favorite are always the well, I obviously I like the Viking Raiders. I think they're rad.
Actually, I take it back. Owen Hart was better than Bret Hart. A lot better.
Oh,
And he was one of my favorite heels of all time. You guys can't tell.
that's Judgment Day though.
If you can't tell, I
Yes.
love Bret Hart. Yeah, I watched his matches left and right when I was a kid, all the way up from the hokey 80 era, the era of the 80s until the 90s.
hair.
Everything. I was so pissed when the Montreal Screwjob happened. I almost stopped watching WWF at the time. I almost was like, screw this, fuck you guys, how dare you do this to Bret Hart? And then like I started watching it again the next day, and I was like, I kind of like Shawn Michaels as champion.
Well, okay, so I mean, I said it, but also Kisa said it. You know, that was so tragic and insane. Owen Hart dying,
Yeah,
just him dropping.
I couldn't afford. I wasn't allowed to get pay-per-views at the time, so I had. They didn't show it at all anyway. But they're like
The tribute
Warren-
to him was so heartwarming.
Yeah.
I remember worrying when I was a kid when I actually was able to rent the pay-per-view
Mhm.
at the video store, and I was like, "It better not be in here. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this," and it wasn't in there.
Or so, like all the wrestlers I always liked. Okay, Undertaker, that kind of entrance, and then him passing the torch to
Bray Wyatt.
to Bray Wyatt.
Wyatt. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And there were now I'm leading into that. Yes. Because Bray Wyatt should have been there.
Mhm.
I would have loved to have seen where they were going with his storyline. And I loved having Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy.
Oh, that's who was Uncle Howdy.
Yeah. And so they're talking about bringing Bo Dallas back.
Johnson.
Or
1990.
a tribute for Bray Wyatt.
It feels. I hate
It was
saying
a
that.
long time ago.
It doesn't feel like it, but it was.
God, I remember watching it back then, like going, "This is so amazing! Like that looks so much better than the '80s." Excuse me, or watching wrestling in the early '90s, and then like going back and watching matches right now, I'm like, "Wow, what was I thinking?" I'm talking about from the video quality, not from because they're the first two Hell in the Cells were amazing. First Hell in Cell was Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and the second one was the most legendary match you'd ever see. Freaking.
Dude.
Mankind and Undertaker and Hell in the Cell. I watched that. I think I was at a friend's house. He actually had the pay-per-view, and I watched it going, wow, he's dead. There's no way he's living through this. And then he was back a week later.
Shane McMahon.
Oh,
Hell in the Cell was Shane McMahon.
What did he rupture again? It was something.
His spleen or something.
No. I'm sorry. He had a prolapse.
How do you get a prolapse from landing on a table?
He landed flat on his back, and the table didn't give. No, I'm sorry. The table did give, but it
Like break, you mean?
So okay, you know Hell in a Cell.
He landed.
Yeah.
It was so high up.
Thrown off the top.
He was thrown off the top. He
Ooh.
slammed down on the top of it, and then when he got all the way down, he literally had a prolapse from the pressure and him hitting, like an anal prolapse.
Are you talking about Undertaker and Shane?
No, this happened recently. Was it?
No, it wasn't recent.
No, it was the last
This was
time.
the old school one.
You're
Yeah,
right.
Undertaker.
No. Shane McMahon was not in that. He wasn't even he wasn't even wrestling at the time.
He went against Undertaker at one point.
in the 2000s,
WrestleMania in
like
Dallas.
2015 or something like that.
Well, okay.
It was
still a while ago.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. I was like, Mick Foley? Shane McMahon wasn't involved in that match. It was straight up to Undertaker and Mick Foley.
And Kisa saw Owen Hart. Like she saw it when it happened.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
she had the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So okay, I thought they.
It was live. They just took it out after,
Yeah.
and they. Yeah, I would have been traumatized.
Kisa says she got married in 1997.
Yes, I saw that because 1997 was a long time ago. Dude, I got married that year. Went straight to commercial. I would imagine so.
They did go straight to commercial. I want to say that some people were able to see it, but some other people, they saw the. Was it? I think some people saw the fall and then they went
They
to
didn't
commercial.
see the connection.
Yeah, they didn't see the connection.
I kind of wonder what they were chanting in the arena when it happened.
When what?
Probably, oh shit.
No, they
Probably.
When Owen Hart died in the ring.
They probably
Oh.
screamed.
No, when major accidents happen like that, because was it Guerrero that had a heart attack in ring?
Yeah.
They actually have that on. You can actually see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That one was bad.
The crowd literally goes quiet when major stuff happens. Jim Ross, not Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler when he had his heart attack.
Yes.
They don't. People react to it in the way they normally would react to it. They don't chant unless they start getting up. Then they start chanting for them, and cheering for them. And stuff like that. But
Mick Foley. Yeah, the tooth.
the tooth through the top.
Oh.
Mick Foley is God.
And then he was doing this. He was sticking his tongue out through it,
like they had to stop him. Like that one time where they were walking him back, they thought the match was over with. He ran back to keep going, and even Undertaker was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
And then his ear.
Oh yeah, when he got in WCW by Vader, got his ear ripped off in the ropes and just kept wrestling.
Oh my God, no.
You can see it go flying. And then you see the ref look down.
I dare say Cactus Jack of all of his personas, Cactus Jack is my favorite. Like Cactus Jack is the hardcore king.
I like
him
Vader,
and Terry
though.
Funk. Man, Terry Funk was a badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I miss Eddie too. Yeah. That's one.
Terry Funk would come out in overalls. Overalls and just like a red T-shirt underneath, and he would have like a pantyhose over his face and like all this other stuff. He looked like a freaking psychopath, and he was amazing. Amazing.
I'm still bummed that we will never get to see the zombie again.
The zombie was my favorite. That was so good. I was like, this is the best promo of all time.
Do you remember the zombie?
We can't show it.
Sadly.
It's owned by Sci-Fi
I started watching WWE in 2014.
Well, I will send you a video of the zombie. It's pretty tragic after the fact, but
so in the early was it the late 90s, like 99?
Yeah, maybe early 2000s.
Early 2000s when WWE really started getting away, pulling away from WCW and just being better than them in every aspect. They expanded out to Sci-Fi Channel. If you guys ever had that,
Moment.
A monumental moment.
When they did that, when they expanded out to the Sci-Fi Channel, that's when they started coming up with like characters like the zombie.
They needed sci-fi characters in order to remain on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Which in great Vince McMahon fashion, they're like, we need sci-fi characters. He's all, give him a zombie.
Actually, no. Originally, he was billed. I forget who was wrestling against him, but they were billed to have a wrestler against 2 aliens.
Yeah.
And then they were like, Sci-Fi was like, okay, that's a little too much. And he's like, fine, 1 alien. And
Sci-Fi was like, we want the Attitude Era. We just want it more adult. And then Vince McMahon's like, we're just going to give you childish shit.
And then apparently the guy that was supposed to be the alien got in like a car accident on the way there. He was fine, but they had to like hurry and switch it up. So there was this guy that was wrestling the night before during some of their promos and stuff. And they approached him and they were like, hey, so like we need a sci-fi character on the fly. Can you do something? And he like the zombie. So this guy comes out. he's all dirty and
he's a zombie.
He was a zombie and he comes out and all he did
Blood
the
on his
entire
face.
time was go.
It was great.
His entire speech to the crowd. He was like,
but he. It was awesome. I mean, they could have went on with this and they didn't.
And when they dropped him, he had dirt falling off of him.
Yeah,
there was dirt in the ring.
So good. I'm sorry. I mean, it was childish, but it was so fun. He cut the entire promo with no words, just grunts and moans as a zombie, and it was amazing.
I was trying to see if I could find it. His name was Tim Arson.
Down low, right by Roman Reigns.
It's right here. I see it right here.
No, but there's a picture of him we can put up.
This one?
Yeah. But yeah. He is, go. It's so good.
Okay,
I forgot it was Sandman that came out and got him.
Yeah, it was him versus Sam. I could not remember who it was against, but it was Sandman. And Sandman had a cool intro and cool gimmick and all that stuff. But I wanted the zombie to win. He was in the ring for 17 seconds. That was it.
Yeah.
17 seconds, and he got his ass kicked with a
right there. But yeah, as he hit him, like as he caned him, like dust came off him because he was dressed out of the grave. Dirt. Yeah, he owned this gimmick for the short lifespan that it was, but it was great.
His entire career, and this was actually I think AEW, not WWF. I just realized
AEW is less than 10 years old or 10 years old. That was like.
It is WWE. I'm sorry, because it was Vince McMahon getting all upset. Yeah, and his whole career was 17 seconds.
Wow.
He came back. He came back as a jobber after that. He just basically took falls.
Oh, here we go. It was ECW. My bad. There we go. Well, Thank you.
WWE owns ECW.
Yeah, no, but he just put on there. Yeah. In 2006, he appeared as the zombie on the debut episode of the WWE ECW on Sci-Fi.
Vince McMahon was trying to find a spot for ECW. That's what it was.
And so unfortunately,
and Sci-Fi Channel wanted they wanted ECW, which was obviously Extreme Championship Wrestling. So, but Vince McMahon was like, "Here, have this childish shit,"
and he owned it. But unfortunately, Tim Arson took his own life at 38. Yeah, and that's why I would say was really sad. He never he did do locally. He remained showing up to events as the zombie. He had gigs within his area, but unfortunately, and his family believes that it had something to do with him never getting that chance. But it was several years later.
Yeah, he continued to wrestle after that. Like I said, they used him as a jobber. And he never made it big anywhere. And it sucked because he
was great.
He was great for that moment and it showed that he could do it.
The one sci-fi character that does gross me out, I'm going to do his storyline. I'm the boogeyman and I'm coming to get you.
Oh. Yes.
He grosses me out.
I'm really hoping to see like Cruel come into WWE and some of these other ones that I'm seeing all over the place.
Yeah.
I would love to see Cruel.
I'd like to see Cruel go to New Japan first.
He's doing an overseas gig this month.
I hope it's New Japan.
It's not. It's in the UK.
If I don't like seeing wrestlers come directly in to the main roster or not the main up to the main shows. I like for them to go to NXT or New Japan first. That way they build their momentum, they build their fan base, and when they get to the WWE, it makes it harder for them to be pushed to the back. You know, they actually will be involved in storylines here and there, opposed to being like, "Oh, we're just gonna have you on call," you know.
Yeah, if I have to say, I have a favorite wrestler. Oh, we are over an hour. Okay, so I guess I'll end my part with, if I had a wrestler that I wanted to see that would be my favorite, that's not in like in your typical WWE, NXT, or any of the more popular ones, the Atrocity Cruel. Yeah. Hands down.
Oh, yes.
I want to see him move up.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I hope it's good.
I want to see him in WWE.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember oddities?
I do. Was
I don't actually.
I vaguely remember them.
Neither do I.
You stumped
Oh,
me.
was the oddities from like I think it was it from the early 90s, late 80s? Because when I was a kid, I was all about the superstars, obviously, because that's what we're all about. But when we're kids,
So that was the Jackal, Kurgan, Giant Silva.
yeah, okay, it was the early 90s.
Oh, it had freaking Violent J.
Yes,
Yes, it
I
was when
remember him now.
ICP
Okay.
It was when ICP
Was in ACW.
was-
So.
yeah.
Okay. That dude, Paul Heyman took all the misfits. Paul Heyman's so rad, so good, and such a good guy.
I love
Like he at the WCW, all the guys at WCW and all the other places didn't want because they were too hardcore. He took them in ECW. In like Paul Heyman's the reason for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Kurgan,
Yeah.
South Park guy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Paul Heyman.
He's so good.
Everybody just chants his name.
My name is Paul Heyman.
I guess that'll be the last thing I say. Paul Heyman's my favorite out of all of them right now.
So, what are your guys' favorites at this moment? Because we are running over, and I didn't realize we were.
Yeah, I know it's.
We want to go Smoky the Pot right now. So
Yeah, and I gotta go do something after this.
No worries. Who are your favorites? We'll just end it with that.
Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns,
And Logan.
and Logan.
Oh, right. I guess my favorite currently, aside from Atrocity, is I'm really rooting for the Viking Raiders. But of course, I like Roman Reigns. You guys all know that.
Yep.
I loved Bray Wyatt. Really upset about that. But yeah. So I guess I'm rooting for the underdogs right now. The Viking Raiders.
the eternal jobbers.
Yeah,
They're going to keep using them as.
Yes.
basically. But I love them. Go Valhalla.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you everybody in the comments for joining us tonight. This week for Chit Chat, there is no Chit Chat.
You can't say when this comes back this week.
Oh,
I
is it?
think.
I thought it was next week, the 16th.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah,
We're coming back the 16th with You Can't Sit With Us. I think it was the 16th. Don't quote me on that part. But next Thursday. This week there is a break in Chit Chat because it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday.
And so we are going to go camping and fishing.
Yay.
Gunther! Okay, yeah, I like Gunther a lot.
I do too, and I hope. I'm more interested in his title reign. I mean, this is rad. Like watching him because he actually goes out there and he actually defends the title. He works.
Yeah, he works.
He absolutely works. All right, and with that, because we could totally talk about this all night long. Have a wonderful night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know, set the world on fire.